Welcome to our deep dive into the CIA Triad, the foundational model in cybersecurity. The CIA Triad stands for confidentiality, integrity, and availability, three core principles that guide organizations in protecting their information and systems. These principles are not just theoretical, they are practical guidelines used to develop security policies, controls, and architectures. By understanding the CIA Triad, you'll be better equipped to identify risks, assess vulnerabilities, and implement effective safeguards. Let's begin by exploring why these three pillars are so crucial for digital security and how they interconnect to form the backbone of cybersecurity strategies. The CIA Triad isn't just a set of buzzwords, it's a practical framework that shapes every aspect of cybersecurity. Organizations rely on these principles to guide security investments and operational decisions. Whether you're designing a new system or evaluating a security solution, the CIA Triad helps you focus on what matters most, keeping data private, accurate, and accessible. As we move forward, keep in mind that every cyber threat or vulnerability ultimately targets one or more of these core principles. Let's break down each component, starting with confidentiality. Confidentiality is all about preventing unauthorized disclosure of information. It ensures that sensitive data is only accessible to those who have explicit permission. This principle is vital for protecting personal details, financial records, and proprietary business information. Breaches of confidentiality can lead to financial losses, reputational harm, and even legal consequences. Organizations must take confidentiality seriously to maintain trust and comply with regulation. Next, we'll look at the mechanisms that help safeguard confidentiality in real-world scenarios. To uphold confidentiality, organizations use several key mechanisms. Encryption transforms data into unreadable code, ensuring only those with the right key can access it. Access controls restrict who can view or modify information based on identity and roles. Data masking hides sensitive data with scrambled characters, especially in testing environments. Physical security measures protect the hardware where data is stored. Together, these tools form a robust defense against unauthorized access and data leaks. Let's see how these mechanisms work in real-world examples. Consider online banking. When a customer makes a transaction, their account details and balances must remain confidential. Banks use encryption protocols like TLS/SSL to secure data as it travels between your browser and their servers. Strong access controls ensure only the authenticated customer can view their account, while bank employees have limited access based on their roles. This layered approach protects sensitive financial information from prying eyes and unauthorized action. In healthcare, patient records are highly confidential. Hospitals use strict access controls and multi-factor authentication to ensure only authorized medical staff can access sensitive information. For example, doctors may access full medical histories, while billing clerks see only demographic and insurance data. Research scientists might only work with anonymized datasets. This careful segmentation protects patient privacy and complies with legal requirements like HIPAA. Imagine a company developing a groundbreaking product. The design specs, research data, and marketing strategies are extremely sensitive. To maintain confidentiality, the company encrypts all design documents, enforces strict need-to-know access policies, and uses secure VPNs for remote employees. Employee training on phishing and social engineering further reduces the risk of accidental disclosure. This comprehensive approach helps prevent competitors from gaining an unfair advantage. Integrity is about maintaining the accuracy, completeness, and consistency of data throughout its lifecycle. It ensures that information hasn't been altered or destroyed in an unauthorized way. Data integrity is crucial for making sound decisions, avoiding financial losses, and staying compliant with regulations. Both accidental and malicious changes can threaten integrity, so organizations must use robust mechanisms to protect their data. Let's explore how integrity is preserved in practice. Several mechanisms help preserve data integrity. Hashing converts data into a fixed size value, making any tampering immediately obvious. Digital signatures verify the authenticity and integrity of documents. Version control systems track changes and allow rollbacks if unauthorized modifications occur. Checksums detect errors during data transfer or storage. Granular access controls also prevent unauthorized data changes by limiting write permission. These tools work together to ensure data remains trustworthy. When you download a software update, it's vital that the package hasn't been tampered with. Vendors provide a hash value for the original file. Users can compute the hash of their download and compare it to the official one. If the hashes match, the file's integrity is confirmed. Digital signatures on executables further verify authenticity and integrity, ensuring no malicious code has been injected during transmission. financial systems, transaction integrity is paramount. Databases use ACID properties, atomicity, consistency, isolation, durability, to ensure transactions are either fully completed or rolled back if an error occurs. This prevents partial updates, such as funds being debited from one account but not credited to another. By maintaining strict transactional integrity, financial institutions avoid costly errors and maintain trust with their customers. Imagine a research lab collecting critical temperature and pressure readings over months. If these readings are altered, whether by accident or on purpose, the integrity of the entire experiment is compromised. To prevent this, labs use automated sensor data collection, immutable storage for raw logs, and digital signatures for datasets. Manual entries are double-checked and logged for auditability, ensuring the research remains credible and trustworthy. Availability ensures that authorized users can access information and resources whenever needed. This principle is critical for business operations and user satisfaction. Disruptions to availability, whether from technical failures, cyberattacks, or natural disasters, can lead to significant financial losses and reputational damage. Organizations must design their systems to be resilient and responsive, minimizing downtime and ensuring continuous access to essential services. Maintain availability. Organizations use redundancy, disaster recovery planning, business continuity planning, load balancing, regular backups, and fault tolerance. Redundancy means duplicating critical components so backups can take over if one fails. Disaster recovery and business continuity plans outline how to restore operations after a disruption. Load balancing distributes traffic to prevent overloads, while regular backups and fault-tolerant designs ensure data and services remain accessible even during failures. Online retail websites must be available 24/7, especially during peak shopping seasons. To ensure high availability, these sites use server clusters and load balancers to distribute traffic, redundant network connections for backup, and geographically dispersed data centers. If one server or data center fails, others can take over, ensuring customers can always shop and make purchases without interruption. Emergency communication systems, like 911 dispatch or police radio networks, require extremely high availability. Outages can have life-threatening consequences. These systems use redundant power supplies, multiple communication channels, failover systems, and robust physical infrastructure to ensure they remain operational even during disasters or attacks. Every layer of redundancy is designed to keep critical services running when they're needed most. Consider an autonomous vehicle company relying on real-time data from its fleet. If the cloud platform hosting this data becomes unavailable, vehicles could lose navigation and safety features, posing serious risks. To ensure availability, the company uses distributed cloud architecture, content delivery networks, and rigorous disaster recovery plans. Continuous monitoring and dedicated incident response teams help address issues immediately, keeping vehicles safe and operational. CIA Triad forms the bedrock of modern cybersecurity frameworks. Organizations across industries use these principles to guide security investments and operational decisions. When evaluating new technologies or designing security architectures, professionals always consider how solutions contribute to confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Let's see how the CIA Triad is applied in real-world cybersecurity strategies. Cloud service provider advertises its security features by detailing how data is encrypted at rest and in transit, ensuring confidentiality. Data integrity checks are performed during storage and retrieval, while redundant infrastructure guarantees high uptime and availability. This comprehensive approach demonstrates how all three CIA principles are integrated into a single service offering. When a cyber incident occurs, security teams classify the impact based on which CIA principle was compromised. For example, a data breach is primarily a confidentiality incident, while ransomware attacks often impact availability and sometimes integrity. Sophisticated attackers may target all three, stealing data, modifying records, and deleting logs. Understanding these impacts helps organizations respond effectively and improve their defenses. Let's apply the CIA Triad to real scenarios. Scenario A. A hacker gains access to a company's customer database and leaks credit card numbers online. This is a clear violation of confidentiality, as sensitive data was exposed to unauthorized parties. The incident could also impact integrity if the hacker modified records and availability if systems were disrupted during the attack. Scenario B. During a data transfer, a network error corrupts several bytes of a critical financial report, leading to incorrect totals. This scenario primarily affects integrity, as the data is no longer accurate or reliable. Ensuring data integrity during transfers is essential to prevent such errors from causing financial or operational problems. Scenario C. A distributed denial of service (DDoS) attack overwhelms a news website, making it inaccessible for several hours. This is a direct attack on availability, as legitimate users are unable to access the service. DDoS attacks highlight the importance of designing systems with redundancy and failover capabilities to maintain uptime. Scenario D. An employee accidentally deletes a critical project file, but it is restored from a backup within minutes. This scenario tests availability and integrity. The backup ensures that data remains accessible and accurate, demonstrating the importance of regular backups and disaster recovery planning in maintaining business continuity. Scenario E. A hospital implements strict authentication protocols, requiring doctors to use unique usernames, strong passwords, and smart cards to access patient records. This scenario addresses confidentiality, ensuring only authorized personnel can access sensitive information. It also supports integrity by preventing unauthorized changes to records. Designing security for an online learning platform involves all three CIA principles. For the student grades database, confidentiality is ensured by encrypting grades and restricting access to authorized users. Integrity is maintained through audit logs and checksums to detect unauthorized changes. Availability is supported by regular backups and redundant servers, ensuring students and staff can always access grades when needed. For course lecture videos, confidentiality is protected by restricting access to enrolled students. Integrity is ensured by using digital signatures to verify video files haven't been tampered with. Availability is achieved through content delivery networks, CDNs, and redundant storage, so videos remain accessible even during high traffic or server failures. For the assignment submission portal, confidentiality is maintained by encrypting submissions and limiting access to instructors and students. Integrity is preserved by using checksums and audit trails to detect changes. Availability is supported by scalable cloud infrastructure and regular backups, ensuring students can submit assignments anytime. In a missile launch control system, integrity is often the highest priority. Ensuring that commands and data are accurate and unaltered is critical for safety and security. While confidentiality and availability are also important, a single integrity failure could have catastrophic consequences, making it the top concern in this scenario. For a public-facing corporate website displaying company news, availability is usually the highest priority. The main goal is to ensure the site is always accessible to visitors. While integrity and confidentiality matter, especially for backend data, the primary concern is keeping the website online and responsive. A secure messaging app designed for journalists places the highest priority on confidentiality. Protecting sensitive communications from interception is essential. Integrity and availability are also important, but the main focus is ensuring that only authorized users can read the messages, safeguarding sources and sensitive information. The CIA Triad provides a fundamental framework for understanding cybersecurity's core goals. Confidentiality keeps sensitive data private, integrity maintains accuracy and trustworthiness, and availability ensures systems and data are accessible when needed. As you continue learning about cybersecurity, remember that every threat and defense strategy relates back to these three principles. They are your constant reference point for evaluating risks and designing effective security measures.